For the 6th day of Christmas decluttering, I give to you some little acts of decluttering. Hello, my name's Rachel and I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today we're doing another of the 12 days of Christmas decluttering, and today I have for you lots of little acts of decluttering that you could do around your home over the next few weeks to help you declutter. So this one's going to be quite a big little declutter with me, funnily enough, because actually from January I'm now going to create a PDF calendar with Monday to Friday little acts of decluttering that you can do in your home, so that you have a calendar version and that it's set up for each month. So these are ones that I've already shared on other social media but not on YouTube. So we're going to go through these little acts of decluttering now so that we are all ready and up to date, ready for January. So the idea of the little acts of decluttering is that these are small bite-sized jobs that you could do around your home to help you declutter in a slow and steady pace. I know lots of people don't want to spend lots of time doing a big amount of decluttering, and sometimes just a small amount here and there is enough to kind of start reducing things down without having a big impact on your life in one go. So the idea is that you do the little acts on a daily basis just to kind of chip away at the little bits of clutter in various different areas of your home so that you can get to your home being in a position of clutter that you want, so that you get your desired look. So let's start with gift bags. Do you have any gift bags that are broken or damaged that can't be used to give a gift to anyone else? Do you have too many gift bags? Do you have sizes that you are not likely to use? Could you donate them to anybody, or could you make sure that any Christmas gifts that you are giving away are wrapped within a gift bag so that you are using them all up so that you don't have them around the home? Next up is manuals for tech items. So lots of electronic items come with tech manuals, and the idea is that they show you exactly what you need to do to be able to use the item. If you're somebody like me, I read the tech manual before I actually use the product because I'm that kind of person, but after that I don't tend to refer to it. And most tech items now will have an online manual, so you can search up your product and you should be able to find a PDF version online, and that goes with pretty much everything, so you should be able to access it online, so there's no need to keep the paper copy, so those can be recycled. Next up is any toiletries or perfumes that you don't like or will not use. So go through and see if you can reduce the amount of perfumes that you have. Have you got too many that you don't use, or are they right at the very end? Could you use them up so that you are getting rid of the extra clutter by having those little bits left over? Have you got any toiletry products that you don't enjoy? Any parts of a gift set that you don't maybe like? Could you donate them to somebody else or get rid of them? Next up is outdated reference books. So these are textbooks that you might have used for previous study that are no longer relevant or not useful for anything that you're doing at the minute. So if you're no longer studying, then those reference books could go. And the same goes for travel books. Have you got any outdated travel books that don't include all the new kind of shops and cafes, etc. that are around nowadays? If you get rid of those, you'll find most of the information that you need when you travel will be available on your phone, or you'll be able to research on the internet. So you should be able to do that without needing to buy a travel book. Next is to declutter any takeaway menus. And again, quite a lot of delivery services exist now. So we don't need to keep the physical menus because they are available online. These ones can go because you should be able to access everything fully on their website or on the delivery app that you're using. The next little act of decluttering is ink cartridges. Do you have any for any printers that you no longer have, or are they kind of at the end? Have you been keeping hold of them to recycle them? Get them recycled as soon as you can so that they are out of your home. Next up is ornaments. Do you have lots of shelves with ornaments on? Could you reduce the amount of ornaments that you have and just keep ones that really make you happy? Next up is outside furniture. Do you have any that is looking tired or worn out? Could you try and sell it to somebody that could rejuvenate it, or donate it to an antiques place? Think about how you could find another purpose for it or find it a new home. Next up is notifications. Can you turn off lots more notifications on your phone, on your devices, so that you do not get those constant reminders to do stuff, so that it feels calmer? And linking to that, can you declutter the amount of apps that you have on your phone or tablets? Think about which apps are you using on a daily basis, keep those. Which ones are you very rarely using, could you get rid of them? Next is to make sure that the dining table is clear of clutter. It's a really good idea to make sure that you keep going through and clearing the dining table because it's an easy target for clutter to build up. So make sure that everything has a home and it is completely clear and you only have the flowers, etc. that you definitely want on the dining table. Next is to reduce the amount of cutlery and utensils that you have. Do you have any duplicates there? Could you reduce down the amount that you have? Do you have far too much cutlery for the number of people that live in your house? Do you have a 20-piece dinner set where actually you only have a house of 4? Could you reduce down the number so that you have less to clean and less to keep accountable for? Next up is to go through your emails. Can you delete any old emails that you no longer need? And as you're going through them, could you unsubscribe from any newsletters on there so that you have less emails coming through in the first place? Next is to go through your TV recordings. If you've got a smart TV where you can record TV, have you got any recordings on there that you could declutter? Have you watched all the ones that you intend to watch? And do you need to keep hold of them? Could you get rid of them and free up some space? Next up is old school books. So hands up, how many people have gone to their parents' house and been given loads of old school books from when they were in the 4th grade or 5th grade and they show nothing? I got rid of all of mine. There was a point where I thought, oh, that might be really helpful to be able to teach something, but I thought actually education changes so much that a lot of the strategies that I use are completely irrelevant and it wouldn't benefit anybody. So can you get rid of any of the old school books that you have? And the same goes for moving forward. If you have children of your own, do you need to keep every single school book that comes through? Are there some really particular good pieces that you could just take out of the book so you can keep those special ones? But do you need the whole thing? Where a lot of the school books don't have lots of information that you really want to see on a regular basis. Next up is to go through children's clothes. This is one to do on a regular basis. I usually do it about twice a year and just go through it and check whether or not all the clothes fit. If they're too small, bag them up into groups of size categories and then you can sell them or donate them on. Next up is to reduce the amount of stationery that you have. Do you have far too many bits and pieces hanging around on your desk that you need to declutter? Could you reduce down the amount that you have? Make sure that everything is working, get rid of anything that is broken. Next up is slippers. Do you have any old or worn through slippers that you no longer use because they're not as comfortable or they fall off? Declutter those. If you've got some nice ones that you will use on a regular basis, then those are the ones that you keep. Next is to set a 15-minute timer and to go around your house and clear as much as you can in that 15-minute timer. This is a good strategy if you're not sure where to start and you just want to kind of do a little blitz of an area. You could just set the timer and just see what you can do in that time. Then there's no pressure on having to do a certain number of items. It's just a case of just seeing what you can do within that time limit. Next is to go through tops and shirts. Could you reduce down the number of similar items that you have so that you have a nice range but you don't have any duplicate or similar looking items? Don't forget to get rid of anything that doesn't fit or that doesn't match the style that you're currently wearing. Next up is fancy dress. This can go to the adult wardrobe or children's wardrobe. Go through any fancy dress items that chances are that you're not going to wear again. Those ones can be decluttered. If you've got any children's ones, are they too small for them? Could they be donated to somebody else? Next up is to go through shorts and skirts. Again, this is one where you need to go through and see if you've got any similar items and reduce the amount of kind of duplicate similar ones and also get rid of anything that doesn't fit, anything that doesn't match your current style. Next is watches. Do you have any watches that are broken that are not repairable, or do you have any watches that you can go and repair so that you can then start using or that you could then sell on? Could you reduce the amount of watches that you have? Are there ones that you always wear on a regular basis? Do you have a range of watches? I'm somebody that has one watch, but some people have a range of watches. Are there ones that you don't reach to on a regular basis? Could they be sold or donated to a friend or family member? Next is bed sheets. Can you reduce the amount of bed sheets that you have for each bed in your home? So chances are you probably only need one spare for each bed and any extra could be surplus to requirements. Next is to find 15 items around your home that you could donate or sell or declutter. So these can be any size items, it doesn't have to be any particular area, just 15 easy grab items that you think, I don't need these anymore. See if you can get the 15 items. You could time yourself if you want to, and you could challenge yourself to do it again on another day and see how many more you can find. But see if you can find 15 items that would reduce the amount of things in your home. Next is to find any broken items. So if you go into a child's room, there'll be lots of broken items there, but go around your home and see if there's anything broken or damaged that is no longer serving its purpose because of the damage. Those are the items that you need to get rid of on a regular basis and just take them straight out of your home as soon as you can. And finally, to declutter any unwanted gifts. I know this is a really tricky one, and I will do a video very soon on how to declutter unwanted gifts in a little bit more detail. But the idea is that if it's a gift that you're not likely to use, there is no point trying to keep it just to be honouring the gift that you were given by a particular person. It doesn't matter. The whole point of gift giving is that you are given something. It doesn't really matter whether or not you keep that item or not. If it's something that you don't particularly like, there's no point in holding on to it because it's not something you're going to enjoy. It's just going to be something that you keep in a cupboard, you never get out, you never look at because it's an item you don't enjoy, even though it's something that was given to you by somebody. So try and take away the guilt and take them out of your home when you feel ready to. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below if you did, and I will be back for more 12 days of Christmas decluttering very soon. Take care, bye.